Hi everyone, it's Kim here with Sunshine Creations and Crafts, and I wanted to share with you the note card set that I made my mom for Mother's Day. It's actually pretty simple, but it's, a really nice gift idea, and I'm always trying to come up with ideas for note cards. So here it is. I use the K & Company, I think it's Tim Coffee, and I love these floral designs. I got this a year or so ago, but it has a back and a front to it. And the one that I picked had a this pattern on the inside and then this on the outside. So I figured I will probably put a little bit of a white inside to the card. Maybe not. I'm not really sure she would be able to write on the inside of that the way it is or not, but. Anyway, so the smallest envelope that the post office will accept is a 3.5 by 5. So that's what size I made the note cards. And set this aside. So this is, the 5 by 3.5. I took an old Fisker's punch, and I say old because I had probably bought it maybe 4 years ago. Anyway. And I'm going to line it up so that it starts out in the middle. And I'm doing that just by kind of judging my sides here. And this actual Fisker's punch does a embossing and a cutting at the same time. I have a feeling my camera is going to wiggle, so bear with me. Okay. And then I line that up right there. And then I'm going to bring it over and line that up right there. Alright, I can't really tell that it's embossing because it's a very, high patterned card. It has a lot of pattern to it, but there's a little bit of embossing to it. And by lining it up correctly, now it, looks right on the card. It's all even and everything. Get those little oohies out of the way. Alright, so the next thing I did is I went to my printer and I printed out a full sheet of her name. Here's, it's just on, regular cardstock. And I cut it into little rectangles. Then I had part of my scrap that I cut so that it was just a little bit bigger than this. And I put her name on the cards. My glue is not cooperating this morning. I think it's almost out. We're going to put glue on the back. Adhesive would not hold this on the card because this is actually textured and glittery and that kind of thing. So put that right in the corner so that it doesn't cover up the pretty flowers. Okay, I'm going to set that aside. Now I have a new toy that I thought I would share with you. I'm still kind of learning how to use it, but it's my envelope maker, and boy did this come in handy because I don't have any 3.5 by 5 envelopes. So what I need to do is I need to start out, get out my paper. This is just regular paper that I got out of a paper pack, but I'm not sure what paper pack it came from because I had tore it out a long time ago. I need to make a 3.5 by 5, so I need to cut my paper at 7.25 by 7.25. And then I'll score the first score line at 3 1/8. So 7.25. By 7.25. Set these scraps aside. cutter away and then bring over this envelope maker. Alright, so I'm going to come down here again. I'm going to be scoring it at 3 1/8. That's my first score, so I'm going to punch. Then I'm going to come down here. It comes with a bone folder, but I had mine right here, so score it in. Alright, then I'm going to turn it, line this up with my score line, punch it, turn it, just forgot to score it, so sorry, rewind, score this, line up the score line. I didn't make a very good score line, did I? Let's go back. That's not going to fold right. Okay. All right, line it up, punch it, score it. Just trim this one edge here. I'm tearing it out of the pad, it's all. I hope this doesn't mess up my envelope, right? Yeah, I'm going to leave it for now. I'm in fear that it's going to mess up the size of my envelope. Okay, so I'm lining up again. Punching it. And scoring it. Alright, so now I have these two big sides and the little ones. I want to round corner the two big ones. So all I'm going to do is stick it in here. Punch, punch, and I have an envelope. Alright, so I'm going to fold these in. See how I've got that line right there? Maybe I can trim it at this point, right? I perforated from, and I'm going to trim this as well. Might alter the envelope a little bit. Next time I know not to use that side of the paper, or I'll trim it before I make the envelope. So I'm going to I'm going to push that down, and then on this bottom part, go right on the edge, not all the way up, and then right on the edge, and then this is going to fold over like this. Now you might be thinking, how the heck is she going to have it so that she can seal her envelope? Well, there's two things you can do. If you have a Xyron, you can do maybe a scallop punch or a small punch and make, or a circle punch, and make a what do they call, like a sticker thing that goes right there to seal the envelope. Or you can get what's called envelope gum, and I got this from Overstock.com, but I'm sure that they sell it you know, many other places. And basically this is the glue that the envelope manufacturers use for their envelopes. And once it dries, it will be resealable when you moisten it. So you can, you know, be brave and lick it, or you can just wet your fingertip and wet it like that. Or, you know, if you have a sponge or something like that, you can wet it like that. So that's the envelope glue. And I'm going to let that dry. I'm not going to try to seal it or anything right now. Set that aside. And then you're going to put your card, and I don't want to get the glue on the card, so you're just going to slide your card in that envelope like that. So you have, you know, decorative inside, and then the outside, you know, she can write the address and her return address on it. So that is her little note cards. Okay, if you have any questions, just leave a comment. I'll get back to you. All right, thanks all for watching. Have a great day.